Today we're lucky enough to have Sanam, who is the Managing Director of My Aspect Health, here on the couch with us in the Starts at 60 office to talk about all things medicine in a way. Sanam's had over 20 years experience in managing pharmacies, and in particular pharmacies that specialise in medicine management. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to have a chat about the challenges around managing your medicine, especially in some scenarios it gets quite tough to do.
Yes, thank you for having me today. Yes, definitely. So my background is running pharmacies, and now I manage and own pharmacies that specialise in providing medication management, predominantly into residential aged care facilities. That's how we grew our business. But our focus is medication management, medication dose administration aids to simplify taking medications every single day, whether it's into a residential aged care facility or for people at home on medications, multiple medications that may need just some guidance and help with not only if it's a complicated medication regimen, but also just for making it simple and easy to manage every day, to enable people to stay active and be able to go out and about and do their thing every day.
I think sometimes too though, when you're not feeling well, it's even harder, and it might be challenging to get to the pharmacy, and there's other aspects as well that come into play that you know your solution helps a lot with, right?
Definitely, yes. So it's not always your medications run out at the same time. You might start a medication today and then another one in a few weeks' time, just to even line up the times you need medications to go to the pharmacy. So we simplify that entire process for our clients by packaging medications up into dose administration aids, easy to take away sachets that they can tear off, put in their pocket, put in their handbag and take off on a day-to-day basis, basically. But also just having access to a pharmacist to help manage the prescription management. So a big part of medication management and the complexities sometimes is simply managing, what prescriptions you need when, and our pharmacists are able to, speak to GPs and clients themselves to help them simplify that process.
And what about supplements? Because I think, nowadays, anyone who's on the internet, which all of our clients are very active,
Yes.
We all get chased around, with the ads that are served to us based on something we've clicked somewhere along the way. And in particular, there seems to be, particularly once you get identified as in an aging body, you get chased around with all sorts of supplements that you need to be taking this and you must have this. How can you, what insight can you give us in regards to that link between, nutrition, supplements, when can they help us in particular around that sort of aging element?
Look, I definitely think there's a time and place for everything. Nutrition and health and well-being and medication management is all part of a holistic approach to day-to-day, well-being, health and well-being. So I think a key component is just to, especially this day and age, as you referred to it, we're inundated with a lot of information. So a key component is to be able to, rummage through all that information and have some access to someone, and not necessarily always having to go to your GP, ask multiple questions, or
it's hard to get a GP appointment
these
these days.
It's very hard.
It takes a long,
Yes.
you get to book in advance if you want to see the person you want to see. So
That's right. Or you go and you don't have the question. So having access to a pharmacist and also being able to get advice with regards to nutritional supplements, as well as just health and well-being advice as part of your entire medication management regimen and is really important. So I think at My Aspect Health, that's what we strive to do. It's not about only just packaging your medications up for you and getting them delivered to you, which, you know, for ease, but it's also to look at the entire health and well-being cycle for you. Look through, you know, any questions you have on, you know, supplements, nutrition. It can play an important role, but my philosophy is sometimes, you know, more is not always the best. And it's also looking at, you know, what medications are you taking and what supplements, you know, do you really need? What can you get from just day-to-day nutrition? And sometimes some of this stuff is just a little bit at a time. You know, to go, you know, calcium is extremely important, vitamin D, but also so is getting out into the sunlight and, you know, stop.
Yeah. I think that might be an interesting sort of place to take the conversation as well, is aside from medication, what tips do you have? You know, you're working with a lot of people, you know, who are in aging bodies, so what tips do you have for people aside from medication?
Look, I guess my tip is to, you know, medications play an important role, but so does your entire health and well-being, and it's really important to manage it all together. So not to make medication management stressful to the point that it's holding you back from being active. So it's really important to be active physically, mentally and emotionally, and that isn't you know, going out there and doing a marathon. my husband does marathons, I do not. But it's also, it's just about doing little things every day. And, you know, whether it's a 5-minute walk or, you know, just a few exercises around the house, staying mentally cognitive with, you know, my children do a lot of Sudoku puzzles and, you know, Wordle with their grandparents, and connected with people in the community is all part of a whole holistic and health and well-being approach. So I guess, you know, taking the stress out of the medication side also allows you more time to do all the little things that will also help with your health and well-being.
Sanam, thank you so much for your time today. I think that not everyone would have been aware that there was such a great platform available to them to help facilitate with medication management. So it's been wonderful that you could come in and tell everyone all about My Aspect Health. So thank you.
You're welcome, definitely.